Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video and we are flying out the Mirage again. So let's thank our members, Overlany 11B and Cots for being the full crew members. Thank you all the Foxman members, it means a lot. All the Fishpet, subscribe, join our Discord and be a member if you want to help the channel, and let's get into it. So we are flying out again the Mirage 2000 against the Vegan today. Remember, as a disclaimer, as I did on the video on against the F-14, this is not a scientific video, as you see clearly. It is just a couple of friends having fun with these two jets, okay? So it's nothing like a proper way to measure which one is the best aircraft. I think both of these aircraft have its strengths and weaknesses, but I think the Mirage is a bit better, but not by much. They are very similar. I think very similar. So yeah, just consider that. Okay, it's an aircraft that we really need. You really need to have I mean, as you saw, both of the aircraft, you need to be careful on the wing breakage. You know. And for the BVR, it's clearly that the Mirage is better, okay? The missile is amazing, and the radar is a bit better as well. The TWS on the Mirage is a bit better. It tends to have more, a better way to a better way to scan, you know, a wider angle of scan than the one on the TWS, you know. So it just helps a bit more. Another thing that you have to consider is that the Sky Flash obviously is not as good as the Super 530, you know. So in the BVR department or these short-range engagements, the Mirage 2000 will be better. But you have to be careful with one little thing. The Mirage doesn't have the most amount of, you know, side-looking radar, you know. So you cannot just look like too much to the side, and that becomes a problem when you are trying to crank the enemy's missile, you know, and trying to maintain their lock. So it is a problem, but it's not like it's awful. But even the MiG-23, which has a very limited radar, to be honest, compared to these radars, a very old one compared to these ones, and it is just better at that than the Mirage. So just be careful with that, okay? And it's just a tiny little thing that it doesn't matter too much. In the dogfight, I think they are very similar. As you see, I'm going to be beating the Vegan a lot, but in general, the Mirage has a problem that all the Deltas have in the kind of a low energy department. It loses a lot of energy. Actually, I was looking at it, 60 degrees right now, but I think in TWS it's a little bit worse. But still, just for you to remember, it's a problem that you ended up having, you know, that in all deltas, you know. So the Vegan has this problem as well. And with the cannon being kind of problematic, I mean, both of the aircraft have problematic guns, to be honest. The DEFA is just, I really dislike the DEFAs because they are just so slow. The muzzle velocity is just so slow. But the Vegan has its problems as well. Obviously, we don't have the lead indicator yet on the Vegan, and that kind of it's a problem because it doesn't have tracers, so it's sometimes hard to hit. And about the Delta Wings, even though they are both kind of Delta Wings, I think the Mirage has a little bit more range, a little bit more capabilities in AOAs in the first turn, and then after that the Vegan starts to get a little bit better, but still you have to be careful, you know, in the Vegan. In the two circles, as you see, the Vegan tends to be a little bit better, like a lot better, to be honest, than in one circle. So as you see, for example, here we tried the two circle. I tried to launch a missile, ended up getting hit because there's no tracer, so I didn't see the guns, and even if I saw it, I wouldn't be able to actually turn that much. So as you see on the two circles, it is a problematic thing. Another thing that it's a problem on the Mirage is that the Vegan just can turn basically in a great manner in all its capabilities in basically every speed, you know. But Mirage has its problems with its slats. I mean, it's an advantage of having the slats, so you turn better initially. But remember, there's two little things that you always have to consider in using aircraft with slats. The first one, obviously, it loses a lot more energy than aircraft without a slat, you know. But the other thing is that you have to control your energy. If you don't, if you are not like lower than 950, something like that, you will not be able to open the slats, and with that, it will be a big problem because you will end up dying because you will compress a lot. So yeah, and as you see, the match was already decided in the first couple of turns every single time, and this was the last one that we did, and it was the longest one. So as you see here, I decided to just run away because I saw that I was too slow on the energy, and if I went for a dogfight or a head-on there, I would have died probably for the cannon, because the muzzle velocity of the Akan is better than the Defas. So I just get a little bit more speed, make him get a little bit more speed, and try to make him overshoot a little bit. So I go for a rolling scissors here, and just try to make him have a little bit more energy than me. With these slats, this can be achieved pretty well, to be honest, but you really need to be careful on your speed. You see there, I'm already at 400 kilometers per hour, and it is complicated to, you just have to be careful to not crash into the ground. As you see here, I have to try to get onto his 6. So yeah, I knew that he was slow, so he couldn't get the AOA to actually shoot at me. And then I almost crashed here, like really almost crashed, and just maintained the loop, you know. And eventually I will end up having him on a plate. So the thing is, this engine doesn't produce a lot of power, you know. It's pretty alright. In optimal conditions, it can get to close to 130 kilonewtons, which is like 30 kilonewtons less than the Viggen, and even a little bit more less than the MLD, for example. The F-14, I don't remember exactly, but still around there as well. I think the F-14 has around 160, but probably more. In optimal conditions, remember, not what it is in the X-ray. But the Mirage is so light that it makes the Viggen becomes a little bit of a struggle bus in the loop against the Mirage. So yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I see you guys on the next one. Let me know in the comments what you think about this dogfight. Pretty fun one and a very good engagement. So I see you guys on the next one, and bye guys. See ya.